My loves, I am delighted to introduce you to the Little Mouse House, and this is a little wallet of this lovely little house with this word, the Little Mouse House, on the front here. And we open up this little gusseted wallet to reveal a card with writing space on the back of a mouse family, so cute. And then inside we open this up to reveal a little zigzag folded book. On the front here we've got a lovely scene of a mouse peeping out in the hallway, and she's a little tag with writing space on the back. She just tucks in there, there's a word that says welcome, please wipe your paws. And onto the next page we've got a double page spread that is the kitchen, and behind the table we've got this little mouse here with a bowl. She's making a cake, and obviously writing space on the backs of all these little characters. She sits nicely behind there. Behind the cooker here we've got this little fella, and he is a mouse having a cup of tea and chatting to the cook in the kitchen. And turn over the page, we've got this gorgeous, quaint, eccentric, cute little girl playing the lute tucked behind the table here, and we've got this little guy reading his book tucked behind the chair in this lovely living room scene. In the bedroom scene here we've got old Sleepyhead, and he's tucked away behind the bed, and then we've got this little girl tucked away behind this chest of drawers here. And on the last spread we've got this little mouse all on her own in the bathroom, just about to have a bath, and she's on her own because obviously a little mouse needs privacy. And then we've got this lovely garden scene on the back here. The reverse is blank for you to write on, so you can treat it like a book like this, and you can also zigzag fold it like this, and it also stands up, so it would make a lovely little display piece as well. Gorgeous, muted, soft vintage colour palette. I'm really loving this kit. Lovely little quick project for you, fabulous little gift, just a little bit of whimsy for yourself to enjoy and play with. And it tucks all back into its little wallet, and there you go. Come with me, let's see how we make it. So here are all my bits and bobs cut out. We've got this page here that forms the actual zigzag folded elements to the house. We've got the wallet here, we've got a couple of extra little tags, and we've got all of the bits and bobs of the mice and all the little bits of furniture and whatnot. I'm printing on 250 gram throughout, and I'm also reverse printing to lose that white paper. If you want to keep the white paper, don't bother reverse printing. Right, let's make a start, and we'll make a start with the house itself. And I'm going to score all of these vertical lines like this. And you've got a little tab at the end here. Score that one. And now I'm going to stick both of these pieces together to make one page. So I'm going to pop some glue on my little white tab here. Place this piece on top. Line it up nicely. And I'll let that dry. Let's move on to the actual envelope whilst that's drying. Now the envelope, or the wallet, has got a gusset between these two roof sections here. So you've got a narrow little bit that's quite easy to see, it's darker. Then you've got a gusset at the bottom, which again is quite easy to identify because it's paler than the two house sections either side of it. Get that nice and straight. And then we've got gussets at the side on this smaller section, and we've also got an end tab as well. So we'll score all of those. And now I'm going to fold all of those creases to the inside. Did I miss that one? No. There we go. Now this is going to form a shallow box. So fold your tabs so they're sitting parallel to the base there, and you've got these little box sides now. Fold the whole thing up, and we're going to apply glue to our tabs. I'll let that go tacky so I get some instant grab. And when I think that's gone tacky, I'm going to fold this up, making sure that my sides are at 90 degrees to the front and the back, so I get that nice box form. I'm going to pop a tool, I've got a bone folder here inside to squish those tabs down. There we go, that looks great. And there's my little house. I'm not going to tuck it in just yet. I'm going to let that dry properly. Let's go back to our house here that we've scored, and we're going to zigzag fold this now. Pay more attention to lining everything up than blindly following your score marks, just in case they're a little bit off. Just zigzag fold this backwards and forwards, so you're starting by folding this kitchen page in on itself. The living room page goes in on itself as well. And then we fold this over. The bedroom page folds in on itself. And the bathroom page also folds in on itself. And there we go. There's our little accordion folded book. So let's turn this over to the front now. And here's the kitchen spread. Now then, we have got a page for the front there, and we're going to glue that down. So glue all over this little guy here. Like that. Stick this one on. There. Now we have also got a piece to stick on top of that. If I can find it, it is, there it is. It's another one of these. Now I haven't inked any of my edges at this point. I don't think I'm going to ink everything. I'm going to be a bit selective about my inking, I think. We'll have a look. I'll do this first one and see how I feel about it. Always adds. I do love inking. I'm going to ink my little booklet, and I'm going to ink these sections here, and to do that I'm going to fold that back on itself. And the reason for doing that is to lose those black lines as much as anything and really give me a nice vintage look to it. I'll do that off camera. There we go. So I've inked all my panels here, and I think they look great for it. I've also gone ahead and I've inked all of my little bits and bobs. I wasn't going to originally, I was going to leave them, but because they're all pale and pastel and of this beautiful muted colour palette, the inking, and I've really been very, very quick with it. It's only taken a few minutes. I'll show you just quickly. Just literally, I'm going like this around each piece, just a very light inking, and that just gives me a little bit of definition around the pieces, which is wonderful. And I've also inked my little folio as well. Right, let's get to it. This is going to be so much fun. The first spread is the kitchen. Let's zoom in. And we've got this beautiful, beautiful kitchen spread. There are some pieces for the kitchen, so sort through your pieces. Let's put our words to one side. And let me find, oh, we're not just working on the kitchen. The first page we're going to work on, folks, is this page here, which is the actual cover. And I did have that piece before, didn't I? And I've gone and lost it. There it is. And our little mouse that was designed for the front, although they are interchangeable, is this little girl here. And what I'm going to do is make a tuck spot of this lovely dresser inside and pop her in. So we want to have a look how she's going to fit. I'm going to glue down the bottom here, including this little basket, and I'm going to come up the sides in a very, very narrow seam. These needle tip bottles are fabulous for that. It's just like drawing with a pen. There we go. So just go straight up there, stick this down on top, and we'll give that a chance to dry before we pop her in. We don't want her to get stuck, but basically she's in this little tuck spot here now, peeping out from behind the dresser. And you just, when you're sticking these pieces on and deciding where you want your glue, you just want to make sure that your little mice don't stick out over the edge when you're doing it. There we go. And we've also got this lovely little word here that says welcome, please wipe your paws, and that is going to go on the front here. You can muck about with these pieces as much as you like. You can take these little pieces into your journals if you want to and use them as little tuck spots. There, isn't that just so gorgeous? So that's the first page. We'll put her to one side and let that dry properly. And now we move on to the kitchen. And the kitchen has got a cooker, and the kitchen has got this table here with all the bits and bobs on. And we've got two little mices for that. We've got this little guy here who's drinking a cup of tea. And we've also got, there we go, we've got the cook here, and she's got a mixing bowl in her hand. So you can interchange these pieces if you want to, but he was designed to tuck in there, and she was designed to tuck behind here. So they're looking at each other. So this piece here, the cooker, we want to put a little seam of glue around the bottom and a little seam of glue along the left hand edge, and stick that wherever you want to stick it on that little space there. So it's on the floor. Whoops a daisy. Your little guy is tucking behind like that. There we go. And if you want to, a method you can employ for this is to pop your piece down, pop your little mouse where your mouse needs to be, turn the two pieces over together, and then you can see exactly where you've got what you've got to play with in terms of where you're going to stick your glue. So I'm going to go up those sides like that there and pop her down there. I'm going to take them out so they don't accidentally get glued in place. Pop them to one side. Look at that as well. Look at that little room there. Beautiful. Let's move on to the living room now. What pieces have I got for the living room? I've got this coffee table here, and I've also got this armchair. There we go. So the armchair is going on the left. That's going on the right. We've got a little guy reading a book there, and we've got a little girl playing a lute or something like that. So again, pop your pieces in place. So cute. Turn your pieces over together. This is a good way of doing it so that you know exactly what you're doing. A little seam of glue up there. Pop your piece down in place. There we go. Pop your little guy over to one side so he doesn't accidentally get glued in. Let's have a look what's going on with this little lady here. If we've got her glued down, stuck down in place, if we've got her, we'll turn her over. We haven't got much there to play with, so I'll just come a little bit up those sides. No need to go all the way up. It's little tuck spots you're making, not pockets as such. So there she is. Let's pop her to one side as well. These rooms look really good. Let's straighten my chair. There we go. Don't they look really lovely? And it's nice just having that little bit of ink around the edge. Just helps define those pieces a little bit. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's move on to the bedroom. The bedroom has got a bed. And it's got a little chest of drawers here as well. We've got a sleepy mouse and we've got a little lady mouse. So they can be facing each other. He's behind the bed here, like this. Let's turn him over. See what we've got to play with there. Pop a little seam of glue where we know we've got lots of space. Stick this piece down. Oh, I'm delighted with this little kit. What a lovely little project. Right, our little mouse girl, I know, is going to have to stick out over the edge here, so let's pop her down. Turn it over. We've got a narrow seam of glue there. Pop this down in the corner, and there she is. There we go. And the last page is the bathroom, and we've only got one little guy on here, and we've got a bathtub because all little mices need privacy. There we go. So let's pop her in there, turn this over, and I can see that I'm sticking out over this edge, so I'll just get a bit of glue on there and then down up this edge here. So I've made my little tuck spot. Pop this off to this side a little bit, and checking as well that everything fits on that page. And there we go. We've pretty much done it. We can fold this up now. So we've got our porch or a hallway on the front page, kitchen as a double page spread, living room as a double page spread, bedroom double page spread. What are you doing there, little fella? And then the bathroom as the last spread. And on the back here we've got another image that I haven't inked yet. Like I said, I'm very, very light, very quick on my inking with this project. I don't want it to be too heavy. There we go. So we've got this back page. Ink. This isn't ink, is it? It's glue. Glue all over that page. Stick that down. There, making sure it's all nicely lined up. There, it's quite a nice substantial little thing. And then you've got writing space on the back there, should you want writing space. Gather it all up. And now all that remains for us to do is pop our little pieces in. And here they are, our little characters. These gorgeous little tags. They're so sweet, so soft, so beautiful. Oh, she doesn't go there, does she? She goes right on the very, very front, behind this little cabinet here, just peeping out with the welcome, please wipe your paws on the front there. That's lovely. And then we've got this little guy. He's having his tea or his coffee or his cocoa or whatever. This lovely lady's making a cake behind the kitchen table. Then we've got this lovely fella who's reading his book in the living room whilst this beautiful, quaint and strange little mouse is playing the lute or something. Then we've got our little girl all ready for bed. An old sleepy face here is tucked behind the bed. And finally, we've got the little mouse in the bathroom, just on her own, because she wants a little bit of privacy. There we go. And we can fold all of this up together. And we've got this little card here. You've got all of this writing space on the back. If you wanted to gift that, though, you might want to leave that blank. So you've got a little card here that you can write on, and that will pop in the front there. And pop everything into your little wallet. I've stuck my little mouse house sentiment word on there. Pop it all in. Your roof tucks inside the box, till it meets and lines up. And there it is, the little mouse house. Isn't that as cute as anything? I hope you love that, my loves. Watch out, there may be more of these along, and if you've got any ideas of themes that you'd like to see for these cute little, simple little makes, do let me know. I'm all ears. Welcome. Please wipe your paws. Have fun. I hope you enjoy that. A lovely little project. See you soon.